Hello and welcome back. I'm Joseph Hoffman. Today we're going to be practicing recognizing and naming the notes C, D, E, F, and G on the treble staff. So let's come to the treble staff and get started. Here we have a treble staff with our treble clef and a note already placed. Can you tell me the name of this note? If you said middle C, you're correct. When you see a middle C drawn on the staff, it means to play or sing middle C, which on the piano is right here. C. Now let's draw the note a step above C, which goes right here. The bottom line of the treble staff barely touches the top of that note. A step above C is D, which you'll find right here on the piano. D. The way I remember D is it looks like a drop, about to drop off the edge of this bottom line of treble staff. What's a step above D? Can you tell me its name? If you said E, you're correct. Remember, when notes step up, we're just going up in the musical alphabet. E on the piano would be right here, a step above D. What would be a step above E? If you said F, you're correct. On the piano, F is right here. And then the next note, step higher, what would this note be? If you said G, you are correct. And on the piano, G is right here. So here we have 5 notes all a step apart on the piano, 5 notes all one step apart on the staff. You'll notice when notes are stepping up, it goes line, space, line, space, line. Can you point and say the letter names with me? Starting on C, ready, go. C, D, E, F, G. Good job. Okay, now I'm going to make all the notes the same color so we can play a game. Okay, for this game, I will say the name of a note. You'll have 3 seconds to point to the note that I named on the staff. For an extra challenge, you can use one hand to point to the staff and the other hand to point to the same key on the piano. After 3 seconds, the correct answer will magically turn yellow. So try and point to it before it changes color. Okay, here goes. The first one is D. If you're pointing here or here on the piano, you are correct. Let's try another one. Can you point to G? If you're pointing here, you are correct. Now find E. If you're pointing here, you are correct. Now point to F. If you're pointing to this space note, you are correct. Last one, point to C. If you're pointing here, you are correct. Okay, are you ready for a slightly harder game? Good. So now I'm going to draw 3 different notes, and you have to tell me the letter names, and then we'll try to play it on the piano. So can you name these 3 notes one at a time, starting with this one? If you said C, D, C, you are correct. Now we're going to try to play it on the piano. So place your hand in the C major pentascale and let's try to play these 3 notes. C, D, C. Say the letters as you play them. Ready? Let's try it together. Go. C, D, C. Good. Now let's try another one. Can you tell me the letter names for these 3 notes? Try it. If you said G, G, C, you're correct. Now let's try to play it on the piano. Cover up the C major pentascale and let's play it together. Ready, go. G, G, C. Here comes another one. Can you tell me the letter names for these 3 notes? If you said E, D, C, you are correct. Now let's try to play it on the piano. Cover up the C major pentascale. Ready, go. E, D, C. Hey, that sounds familiar. Do you know a song that sounds like that? That's right, it's Hot Cross Buns. These three notes actually spell a word. Can you tell me the three letters and try and figure out what word these notes spell? The letters are E, G, G, which spells egg. Now let's try playing that on the piano. Cover up the C major pentascale, and we'll start with E, finger 3. Ready, go. E, G, G. Hey, that's what I had for breakfast, actually. Let's try another one. This one also happens to spell a word, if you figure out the letters. Can you tell me the letter names for these notes? If you said F, E, E, D, you're correct. That spells what? Feed. Huh, another food word. I'm getting hungry. So let's come over and try to play those notes. We'll start with F, which is on finger 4. Ready, go. F, E, E, D. Okay, last one. Can you name these three notes? They are C, G, C. Let's try playing it on the piano. Ready, go. C, G, C. Great job. Great job practicing with C, D, E, F, and G on the treble staff today. For extra practice identifying and naming these notes, you can download activity pages from our website. I'd like you to get really quick at recognizing and naming these 5 notes. You see it, you name it. Boom. You're going to become lifelong friends, buddies with these 5 notes. So please put in some time to really know them. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Okay, let's keep it in line, people. Try and get it right this time.
This guy needs to give us a little more space.
Shh. F, be quiet. Don't let middle C hear you. My job is on the line, you know.
All right, ready. C major pentascale, ascending, go. C.
D, E.
W?
F, you're just way out of line.
Sorry, I just spaced out.
Toe the line, man. F, just breathe and find a happy space inside your mind.
Okay, happy space. Happy space.
All right. The bottom line is that we just have to try it again. Here we go. C.
D, E.
F.
G.
Nice job. Way to keep it in line, noteheads.
I just had to find my happy space.